Hello, how are you? Welcome to a new video for the channel. This time we are going to be doing a comparison about the company FTMO and FUNDINGPIP. Remember that if you are new here, I will be leaving you a link so that you can get a 5% discount on the FUNDINGPIP company. And basically this video will be about which company to start. And why? Well then we are going to make the comparison below. First of all, we are going to go with the basic things, and then we are going to go with the things that still make a little more striking to one company than the other. And the first thing we are going to do is compare their parameters to pass an assessment. And for this, I have made a comparative picture here so that you can observe it more precisely, and then we already have it here. If we realize they are the same parameters that I have joined, the trading period is limited in both funding companies, because we can take as long as we want for us to pass Phase 1 and Phase 2 minimum trading days. This means that if I operate only one day, and in one day I pass the phase, in FUNDINGPIP this is allowed. However, in FTMO you must operate at least 4 days for each phase, so there is a difference. You can see it below. The maximum daily stop loss is 5% in Phase 1 and Phase 2. In the same way, in FTMO is 5% in Phase 1 and Phase 2. The maximum daily stop loss is 10% in both companies. Here we are comparing what are the parameters of the evaluations, and here comes another difference that is in the profit target. For Phase 1 in FUNDINGPIP we are asked for 8%, and in FTMO we are asked for 10%. That is, if the evaluation is a bit complicated here, we do an 8% that we know is a bit complicated, and here in FTMO they add a 2% more that we have to do. That is, it is a 10% in Phase 2, if it is in the same way in both funding companies 5% in Phase 2 and 5% in FTMO. Now the most important thing that are the prices, the Hispanic community. Because we already know that it is a bit complicated to get money for the evaluations, and this makes FUNDINGPIP a bit striking, since here we can start from $30 with the discount that I leave in the description, and a 100,000 account that is $379. With the discount in the description, without the discount because the prices will vary a little. Instead, in FTMO, for you to start a test, you can do it from a 155. And I have reached up to the 100,000 account in FTMO that is $540. I have not gone to 200,000 because FUNDINGPIP does not have an account of 200,000s. So I am comparing those prices. It should be emphasized that the price of $30 is for an account of $5,000, and the price of 155 in FTMO is for an account of 10,000. But if we want to compare one of 10,000 and one of 10,000, because in FUNDINGPIP, it starts at one of 10,000 at $57 with the discount. And in FTMO, it is 155. That is, we can buy 3 in FUNDINGPIP. And in FTMO, it would only reach us for 1. Well, I am not saying that FTMO is bad, but we are comparing with which funding company to start. If we have little capital, and if you have enough capital, then go to FTMO. There is no problem here. I am only showing you the best alternative. If we do not have the necessary income for a funding test, well, this is in price comparison, but there are some other things that make a company different from the other. And what happens is that in FUNDINGPIP, we can request our first withdrawal every 5 working days. That is, we only have to wait a week to be able to make our withdrawal when we are already in the funded phase. Instead, in FTMO, we must wait 14 days to request our first withdrawal. Now, there is a topic that is very, very important. That is the topic of news. I have investigated a little about FTMO as the topic of news. In FUNDINGPIP, almost most of us handle it. In both companies, they allow you to operate news in the challenge phase. That is, in the test phase, in both, you can operate and there will be no inconvenience, only in FTMO. When you are in the funded phase, if you have some operation in some news, then you can lose your account. Instead, in FUNDINGPIP, the only thing you should have open the operation in news 2 minutes before they release that news, or much more. Before having released that news, if you open it in the news itself, the only thing that will not tell you is the profit of that news, but in the same way, you would not lose your account. That is very important in a company. Why? Because it is not looking for you to lose what it has cost you so much to get. There is no hidden rule that wants to make you lose the account. So that is a point in favor of FUNDINGPIP too. So that is up to consideration of each one of you, in which funding company you want to start and in which you want to go. If you tell me, oh, but security issue, look how many companies have fallen in FTMO. Well, yes. We already know that FTMO is the biggest, but funding PIP in what it has in the market has not had any complaint of not paying. That is, they are paying all. And it is one of the companies that is positioning more currently. Recently, they launched the ranking of the company that has made more payments this month, and the one that has done the most has been Funding PIP. And remember that this is like my Forex fund. My Forex fund positioned itself at a time. And well, it seems that Funding PIP has positioned itself very well. The detail that broke my Forex fund was some complaints that they made because they had a bit of traps out there. So that was also something that harmed them. Also, the issue of CDF, then possibly that company would continue currently because it did not deny the payments as well. Funding PIP is not denying payments, and so far no inconvenience has been presented. If a company has too many customers who are arriving constantly, as in the case of Funding PIP, it is very difficult for them to break. What is going to happen is that it will be a company that will position itself even higher. So if we talk about payment issues, there is nothing to complain about this company. So we could say that both companies are safe in what fits the word. It is not being said that all funding companies are 100% safe. No, we are saying that we have more probabilities that these two companies will pay us, compared to some others that are coming out day by day. Remember that there are many companies that are currently coming out, and, well, it would not be known exactly if they are going to pay you, but a company that has built a history, as is the case of these two companies, well, we can already have a little more confidence. Not on 100%, but you could already have that confidence. Well. This was what I wanted to mention. Let's go here. FTM1 allows us to operate with MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, and CTrader on the other hand. Funding PIP, they are still working on the MetaTrader 4 license. Let's remember, MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, let's remember that they had MetaTrader but with an external provider. That is, they did not have a license, and you already know all that topic. So currently they have MatchTrader, CTrader, and TraderLocker. For me personally, if you are going to choose Funding PIP, you must go for CTrader, which is the most stable platform, oldest in the market. It is already more developed, because this platform does not present any inconvenience, and if you are users of the United States, you have to choose MatchTrader or TraderLocker, one of those two platforms. If you wish, you can do it that way. Well, the payment system here is every 5 days and is paid through cryptocurrencies and through Raise, so you are going to decide through cryptocurrencies. The payments must be from 500, that is, from 500 they are paid 400. That is, they can only receive 400 through cryptocurrencies, and if it is above 500, they must request the payment through Raise, and from Raise you send it to your bank or to your cryptocurrency wallet. There is how you decide to do it. And well, the commissions of this company are also a bit low. They are $2 per lot, and in oil indexes, there are no commissions to open an operation. That is also something important about this company. Something important about a company is that it has, as I would tell you, a fairly large community. If you go to their Discord, you will realize that it is a fairly large community. When a company has an active community, a community of buyers, it is very difficult for them to break. And that is what FUNDINGPIPS is looking for, not to break. So as long as there are customers, there will be profit to pay the traders who pass their tests. Well, this has been all this video for now. Remember that if you are new here and this video has given you a lot of information, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Also, in the description of this video, I will be leaving you a link so that you can go to our community, and I will also be leaving the link of the 5% discount for your first purchase in FUNDINGPIPS. In FTMO, there are no discounts with links, so I can't leave you any out there. This has been all for today. See you in the next video. See you soon.